In 2025, equity investors enjoyed blockbuster returns across markets. Among other asset classes, US Treasuries posted their strongest year of return since 2020. Now, on the bright side, investor sentiment was primed by Federal Reserve rate cuts and the vast economic potential of artificial intelligence. But despite the gains, it was not a smooth ride all through. Geopolitical tensions and President Trump's trade brinksmanship and wild policies whipsawed some assets and boosted others. The uncertainty trend is forecast to extend to 2026, with widespread predictions for extreme wild swings. Shifting focus to broader markets beyond stocks, precious metals were the real winners. Gold surged over 60%, however, silver eased outpaced bullion with over 130% surge. Both marked their best year since the 1979 oil crisis. Crude oil was the biggest loser in 2025. Benchmark Brent crude fell over 20% to post its deepest annual loss since 2020 on surplus concerns. The dollar fell nearly 10% to post its worst year since 2017. Bitcoin closed out the year with over 11% losses, after hitting an all-time high of over $126,000. Now, with major assets covered, let's shift focus to the Asia-Pacific stock markets. Japan's Nikkei was the biggest gainer in Asia with a 25% surge, closely followed by Chinese stocks. Shanghai Index gained over 23%. While Indian benchmark showed more subdued gains, Sensex shattered records with a 7.6% gain to mark a 10-year winning streak. The decade-long rally from 26,600 in 2016 to over 85,000 showcases Indian stocks' resilience. The Aussie Index also showed measured gains in 2025. In the Americas, Wall Street benchmarks powered through the roller coaster year. The S&P 500 advances 15% after more than 20% gains in the previous 2 years. Nasdaq also posted double-digit gains for 3 consecutive years. Both benchmarks notched their longest winning streak since 2021. Canadian stocks set records in jaw-dropping year. The Canadian index soared more than 40% from April lows, ending the year with over 26% advance. The index marked its biggest year and the best year since 2009, when the rebound from the financial crisis led to a 31% gain. Brazil's Bovespa was the best performer in Americas with nearly 36% returns. Now, looking across the Atlantic, European stocks soared despite political and economic turmoil across the region. European stocks closed 2025 near all-time highs, marking their strongest annual performance since 2021. The UK and German benchmarks surged over 20%. The French CAC gained nearly 12% despite a budget crisis. The best performance, though, came from the South African benchmark with over 36% returns.